Hello everyone. Today's session we will discuss about user management commands. First command is add user. Add user. The purpose of add user command is add the new user to the system. And second command is passwd. The command used for changing the password for the user which we added. whom I it will show current user. What is the current user? Then su command used for switching the users, switching the multiple users. Sudo the command it is used for executing the command as a root. And group id create id show it will show the user identity group info. And group add for creating the new group and adding the user. Now I will show practicals. First is add user. Suppose I need to create non-interactive user, then syntax is add user and we need to mention username. Here I am mentioning username as Uday1. Okay. Now second command is passwd. I am setting password for Uday1. Passwd Uday1. Need to mention username. Need to mention non-interactive user name. Uday1 it is a non-interactive user which we created, right? System user. Then we need to set password. Yeah, now password is set for user. Now it is a non-interactive user. Now if I need to sign into non-interactive user, then su, then need to mention username. Uday1 it is username. Now I went, see now it is changed from root user to Uday user. And to come back again to root user, then need to mention exit. Then whom I. It will display current login username. Here login username is root, right? It will display as a root. See, output as root. Now ID. Okay, once again switch to Uday one non-interactive user. If need to check if need to check user ID for user ID and group if need to check user ID for Uday one non-interactive user, then need to execute command ID. It will show. If you see the UID means user ID for Uday1 is 1002 and group ID is GI1003. It is a group ID for Uday1 user. Then exit. Now command for adding group. Why we need to add? Why we need to create group means for restricting the access. Group add. Then I am mentioning developer develops one group. Group name I am mentioning develops one. Now we created user non-interactive user Uday1 and group one. Now if need to add this user to this group develops one, then syntax is user mode user mode hyphen a capital G, then group name is develops one, and non-interactive user name. Now the user added to group. For checking whether the user is added to group or not, how to check? For checking, check. Yeah, we need to mention we need to cat etc file and group. Under etc we have directly like group. Yeah, if I do cat, it will show, right. It's shown. The Uday one group is Uday one user is added to the web's one group. It's shown, right. Yeah, it is a process of checking whether the user is added to group or not. For checking password, we need to cat. Previously, for Uday one non-interactive user, we set some password, right? Random password. For checking that password, we need to go for etc shadow. But it is in the form of the like encrypt mode, so we cannot decrypt the password. That's about today's session about user management. If you have any doubts, please reach out my WhatsApp number. Thanks for joining.